Hey, folks, welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out. I am your nerderator, Dustin House, spreading that good word about affiliate marketing. And my guest today, Al Kushner, CEO of Link Vantage. Welcome to the Nerdatorium, Al.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome. Let's start off with what you do and who you serve out there.
Well, I am author of a new book called The AI LinkedIn Advantage. And I also have a website called linkvantage.com where I help people optimize their profile on LinkedIn, work on strategies, how to outreach on the platform so they can become dominant and blow away the competition, you might say.
Awesome. So you've been doing LinkedIn for a long time.
Yeah, since 2003, I guess, since the inception. So I've been on there for quite a while.
Whoa, that's incredible. I am still grandfathered into the Sales Navigator account for $20 a month, and I just can't give it up because I don't know what the price is now, but that's a smoking good deal for that product.
Yeah, it is. And it's a great product. Definitely worth its weight in gold, you might say.
Awesome. Well, your life is in LinkedIn, so is mine. Find myself s- doing 10 to maybe 20 hours a week just networking in that app, in that social platform. Oh, why do you think LinkedIn is such a big opportunity for business owners and businesses out there?
Just the same like you. It's about networking, and I think it's a platform compared to other ones out there that are we can be professionals and people conduct themselves most of the time in a professional way. And it's a great way to become a thought leader, on a platform that really reaches over 900 million followers and members, I guess.
Yeah,
So it's quite large.
awesome. And what type of content out there is working on LinkedIn right now?
The hottest content right now is videos. So if you have a video and it's anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds, which is kind of a sweet spot. The algorithm definitely loves videos. Feed it well, and it will help you to reach a lot more potential people than you can imagine.
Awesome. What about carousels and LinkedIn articles? Are they still relevant? Are they still working?
Yeah, they certainly work, particularly with newsletters. Articles are certainly are definitely there to stay, and it really is the ability to reach beyond LinkedIn itself. You can actually get into people's inboxes and emails because LinkedIn has such a high authority that it's just like a red carpet, just roll right in. When your newsletter gets out there, most people will receive it, which is great.
Awesome. And I've traditionally used it as a door opener. I'm going to send somebody an email and I'm also going to use LinkedIn to go and connect. Is that a practice that you preach as well?
Well, as far as connecting with people, I look to usually try to follow them first before I make an actual connection,
Oh,
just
okay.
to see exactly, whether that is a good person to connect with. There are a lot of things people who are active on LinkedIn certainly are attractive because you know that they're going to respond, to certainly inquiries. And of course, influencers are great to follow on LinkedIn, so I always try to follow them, as opposed to connecting with them because I hate rejection.
That's the great thing about following people is you're not connecting with them immediately and you can check
Yeah.
out their content and there is no fear of rejection. Although I've got thousands of rejections in my time on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I think people just fear that I'm going to sell them something most of the time and LinkedIn has built that bridge and burned it
Yeah.
to me several times over because there are a lot of bad eggs out there that are doing that kind of thing, right?
Absolutely. So, and that's just trying to, we use the term pitch slap, because that's basically a lot of people connect with, they just all they want to do is just pitch you, regardless of getting to know you, they couldn't care less, hey, buy my product. Okay. Go figure.
Uh, so if pitching right away is not the right answer, what do you preach in terms of your outreach when you're connecting with people?
As I mentioned, follow people first.
Okay.
And then when they post, be alerted as soon as they post, and then reply to that post, not just say, thanks for sharing, but giving something a little more informative. And that's where AI comes in. Because it could take that information and they could have a lengthy, I don't know, post, it could be over, I don't know, 2,000 words. It'll
Yeah.
take that information and analyze it and reply back in a way that enhances that post, and even ask a question or two to the influencer. And all of a sudden, it gets posted on there, and you get all the attention of their followers checking you out. So you can't beat that kind of quality. And a lot of times, the influencer will reply back to you because you ask them a question, and usually are polite enough to respond to that. And you can't get that anywhere else other than LinkedIn.
That's awesome. It's a great call. I get more responses in the comment section than anywhere else. And what kind of engagement is getting the most responses out there when you are commenting and following?
Well, I would say that if it's an influencer and they're really popular, the key thing is to kind of find out exactly when they're posting. And you can actually do that on their profile. There's like a little bell that you find on the top of the profile, on the right-hand side. Click it, and then you find out they give you 3 different options on following the individual when they're posting as needed, or any type of post. And if they're really hot, I do anytime they post. And they usually post in the mornings, from Tuesdays to Thursday mornings. So you want to be the first one within the first 5 or 10 minutes to reply to that post, because then there'll be hundreds of other followers after that. But your post will be always on top of the others. And that's where the opportunity is, where you can use to create an awareness of who you are and the value that you bring. And the influencers love it. As long as you give them something that is going to complement what their post is, they're very appreciative of it. As the post goes viral, well, you go viral with it too.
Yeah. And speaking of viral, I've heard that the most viral pieces of content are usually in the first hour. They're getting a lot of engagement. Is that first hour super important on LinkedIn?
Oh, in this day and age, you got to look for the first 5 or 10 minutes maxing.
Wow. Okay.
Because if you're not posting, because then you won't be on top. Simply put. You wait an hour, you waited too late. You got to wait for the next post, just how it is. But LinkedIn will notify you as soon as they post, and that's when you strike. And that's how AI can help you to refine a way that when you give information, it comes, come across authentic, put your words into it. But the end result is that you will get a lot more people interested in checking out your profile, possibly more followers. It's really a great opportunity.
Awesome. And you mentioned the AI portion of this and being notified when those influencers do post. Is there some kind of tool that you preach and really like out there for that?
Well, LinkedIn has its own built-in tool that gives you the notification as soon as they post. So again, as you structure it in a way that you want to be notified anytime they post. And that for when they post, you'll be notified within 30 seconds. And that's when, so if you're in the morning and you see on your notifications that a particular influencer posted, well, that's the time when you're going to go and reply to that post.
Okay.
So, and use AI to help you to craft a response.
That can be difficult though when you're following 10,000 people. How do you justify or figure out which ones are going to give you those notifications?
Well, the fact is that if you're following a particular influencer, so let's say you have 10,000 followers, doesn't make a difference. But if someone's an influencer and they have 100,000, 200,000 followers, you'll be notified by a certain bell on that profile indicating that when they are posting, LinkedIn will send you a notification, and that's when you reply to that. So you just be selective on who you want to respond to. If someone is not an influencer, it's not worth your time replying to them unless you find it of value. But for the most part, influencers I focus in on are usually anywhere from 50 to 100,000 followers minimum.
Wow.
So they're always going to get replies, and those replies could be in the hundreds. But if you're within the first 5 or 10 minutes, your particular reply will be right underneath their particular post. And you can't get better value or views than that situation right there.
That sounds pretty awesome. All right. Catering this subject, we're going to be talking affiliate marketing, and I feel like it is underutilized, LinkedIn, as a platform for especially B2B. But do you find that D2C as well is useful on LinkedIn, finding affiliates?
Yeah, because LinkedIn is also a search engine too. So a lot of times they'll be on LinkedIn to look for those opportunities. So if you have certain keywords optimized in your headline or part of your bio, then that could be very effective as far as getting on top of the search engine when the affiliate wants to reach out to and make a connection.
Excellent. So D2C would work as well. Why is it so popular in the B2B space?
Well, it's the place to be. I mean, let's face it, compared to other platforms, you're not going to get that type of professionalism that you will find that has that amount of reach. And I think people, are very much treated differently. LinkedIn doesn't necessarily get a lot of spam compared to other platforms. I don't want to mention names, Facebook, hello. But I find that professionals usually are on LinkedIn more. And if that's your target audience, then that's where you need to be.
Great points. What about indicators for influencers? How do you find someone that is going to be a strong affiliate or partnership opportunity? What are those indicators that you like to look for?
Well, just turn to AI and it can help you find out who are the hottest influencers or up and coming influencers. And it'll give you links directly to their profile. You can see how many followers they have, how often that they post, and examples of their posts and see how many people reply to that. And that could be a very strong indicator as far as someone to follow.
Okay. And have you found any tools that are recognizing engagement rates or average engagement rates? Like I have it for Instagram. I have those tools. I don't have it for LinkedIn though.
Well, to find, let's say, influencers in particular, or
Influencers and their engagement rates. Is there anything besides eyeballing it right now?
well, again, I've used ChatGPT and other AI tools from Google, and it usually gives me a range as far as the influencers on LinkedIn in that particular field. And I find that following them, it's kind of trial and error for the most part, but if they have a pretty sizable amount, it's a good indicator. And if they're active, and find out any recent posts and how many people replied to that, that really
Yeah.
will help to eliminate ones that are not that way.
Okay. All right. It sounds like I'm gonna go have to build this product to help affiliate managers figure that out on some kind of automation. What about job titles, industry titles? What are you looking for when you're looking for affiliates out there?
Well, you can actually use AI to focus in on the certain keywords that will be within that field of affiliates. So you can use ChatGPT. Perplexity is also a very good program. Jasper. They'll give you tools to do searches using Sales Navigator, for example, finding people who are business owners, a certain amount of income the firm earns. I mean, obviously, various variations. So you can use these AI technology to help your search become refined in a way to find who your target is.
Okay. I have found that the word affiliate is usually just for the manager side of things, and affiliates don't necessarily put that in their profile. But so I've always had a difficult time finding those types of influencers that are going to be best for brands. But maybe you have a better strategy of where to find an influencer that would match a brand's value prop.
Well, again, you can input the information into the AI technology and refine it what you're looking for, and they can provide ways to using like Sales Navigator to find these individuals if they're posting regularly, and find out certain keywords that they're posting that
Mhm.
may help to target that individual. So,
Okay. So are you using ChatGPT and just asking it blatantly, like, uh, find me some influencers on LinkedIn regarding this topic?
well, no, I like 4 or 5 different AIs I use besides
Yeah.
ChatGPT that will give me a combination because sometimes Chat may not be giving you your answers you're looking for. So I go to Perplexity or I can go to Jasper, just off the top, as Google also has. You
Okay.
know,
Perplexity, that's something I'm not super familiar with, but uh, great tool to suggest there. What about posting on your end of the equation and attracting affiliates? Is there anything I can do to go and have them come to me rather than me coming to them?
yeah. Are you part of any groups on LinkedIn?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So you can create a video and you can be a 30-second, 90-second that could maybe help some of the pain points that these affiliates are dealing with. And that could be a great example where the video gets posted to a group that may have thousands of potential affiliates there. And they will give you the ability to showcase for 30 to 90 seconds of certain things that are pain points. Again, it's not selling people, educating them. And then hopefully they'll check out your page and your profile.
Smart, smart. I love it. So 30 seconds to 90 seconds is that sweet spot you keep talking about. And is it vertical or horizontal?
I would say it's more like Instagram, like squarish in a way.
Yeah.
It seems to work well. So yeah, that could be
Okay.
what we do it. Mhm.
I am so curious right now. I'm seeing on LinkedIn, they have the scrolling option on your phone for videos, and I don't know how to get on those. What is the secret? Do you have any tips on that?
It's really hard to say. I mean, I'm trying to get that on as well.
Yeah.
It's an algorithm, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's it's going to be successful. I think the key to success is consistency. One hit wonders don't work well. But if you have a series, for example, of pain points that affiliates are dealing with, they will, of course, reply or look at your profile as someone that could be, a thought leader, and that can make a difference. You want to become a thought leader? How about write a book? All right.
You've got a book that just came out, correct?
Yes, I do. Mhm.
Okay. And it's all about LinkedIn, yes?
Well, it's about LinkedIn and AI technology, so it really sheds a light on how the use of AI could help craft your LinkedIn to make your time more effortless. I would say, whether it's creating content or running for scripts or responding to influencers, there are techniques that could be used that can really showcase your profile and become a thought leader in your field.
Beautiful. Anything in that book that is pertaining to affiliate management in that kind of sense, or is it more of like business development strategies?
I'd say, it's about business development. It's about branding yourself, establishing yourself as a leader.
Mhm.
So if that's something that will attract people, which usually does, then that's something is a good starting point.
Okay, excellent. Sales Navigator, we talked about it a little bit. Like it's one of my favoritely used tools on LinkedIn, but I would say a vast majority of people aren't utilizing this paid presentation or tool essentially. Are you finding that there's a whole lot more value using Sales Navigator in terms of doing your outreach?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it lets you, well, anyway, when someone is active on LinkedIn, it lets you know if they're active or not, which is a great feature. It also allows you to fine tune who your target is by their title, where they are in the company, and if they have any kind of promotions or other things that have in their profile. So they'll Sales Navigator also lets you know who's looked at your profile as well. Something you don't get in the free version. So it does give you a lot more ability to reach and fine tune who your target is.
And when you're doing that outreach, oftentimes it can be a little bit sketched to try to do this at a scale. How do you scale this type of outreach without losing that authenticity?
Well, the scale is really to create content, create articles that offer value to whoever is going to connect with you. When I connect with someone, I usually offer my profile optimization checklist. I give it for free, and I don't require or have them giving my email either. So they can just get it without providing an email. And I find that people like the value that they're getting from it. And if they read it, they may look more about services that may be helpful that I can help them with. So you want to give more than you receive. That's really how to succeed on the platform.
Yeah. Have you found a great technique to be some kind of lead generation? Maybe it's some kind of checklist, but it's leading off of LinkedIn into your own website.
Well, yeah. Well, with the optimization checklist, I have links in the PDF that they can click on. They can go to testimonials of people who use my services as well as my website as a part of the PDF. So yeah, that's certainly a great tool. And Adobe is really a great PDF provider.
Okay. Awesome. One last thing, like for affiliate managers out there that are listening, what's a really good suggestion that you can make for building up their brand so that they can gain more attention for the affiliates that they're trying to recruit?
Well, certainly optimize your profile is essential. Get recommendations, be proactive with it. I mean, if you
Oh,
only have 7 or 10 recommendations and being on the platform for over quite some time, that's not good. Well, you want to be proactive. So, for example, once we finish this program, you're going to get a recommendation from me. Okay.
oh,
and hopefully, I'll provide one for you as well. And, it's about a combination of being proactive, because the more you get on there, it's third party endorsements is really going to seal the deal. In addition to that, create case studies. All right. That's something that also is quite a great validator for someone because the competition is not doing so. Imagine create a case study for things that you've done with affiliates that were successful, the problems that they faced and how you solved that problem. People respect that.
Oh,
That's the way to do it.
super smart. I love that idea. I'm going to have to go utilize my profile as well for that. I just don't do enough of it. Awesome. Al, how do we get a hold of you?
Sure. Go to my website, go to linkvantage.com. You can check out services I offer, and as well as you can follow me on LinkedIn and get my book. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, also on audio, Spotify, and Audible is available.
Easy game. Awesome. Al, really appreciate you jumping into the Nerdatorium. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Justin.